Welcome to another RSR. Tonight we are reviewing every game of NFL Divisional Weekend because last night we covered Inter Miami Club America. So now we're talking about everything, all four games in one video, a whole omnibus of NFL playoff games from yesterday and today. This game might be a 20-30 minute video. Who knows? With that being said, we'll start with Houston Texans 14, Kansas City Chiefs 23. It was not a good game, either for the watching experience or the reffing. It was a horrible game. Houston out everything Kansas City except having the help from the refs, and Kansas City won, outscored them, which is what matters. Points were scored as follows for first quarter. Harrison Butker with a 32-yard field goal, 0-3. Kymie Fairbairn with a 30-yard field goal, 3-3. Harrison Butker, 36-yard field goal, 3-6. Second quarter, Kareem Hunt with a 1-yard touchdown run, 3-13. Kymie Fairbairn with a 48-yard field goal, 6-13. Halftime, it's 6-13. Third quarter, Joe Mixon with a 13-yard touchdown rush, 12-13. And you think, hey, maybe the Texans, maybe. But no, fourth quarter, Travis Kelce with an 11-yard touchdown catch. Of course, he gets one, 12-20. Harrison Butker, 27-yard field goal, 12-23. And then Matt Araiza with a safety. Gets pushed out of the end zone late for a safety, 14-23, which is the final, is 14-23. For me, Kansas City didn't even look that good last evening. They didn't even look that good. They were lucky. The refs were so obviously for them. It was obvious. Point blank, period. Obvious. The refs had it for the Chiefs. It's that simple. Point blank, period. You could say, oh, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They didn't even look that good. Houston actually played a pretty solid game. I think they got hard done by. And yes, Fairbairn missed a couple of kicks. Not good, especially against the Chiefs in Kansas City. But Houston didn't really do anything wrong, per se. It was more the refs, the two unsportsmanlike penalties, the two head-to-head hits. Here's the thing for me. If you're going to call a quarterback sliding, they get hit like that, unsportsmanlike, you're wrong. You're wrong. Because if a quarterback slides, they've given themselves up. How is a player supposed to stop from going into them? One. Second of all, Mahomes fake slid. He acted like he was going to slide, then he kept running. To me, that probably should let you get knocked in the head, frankly. I know we got to keep people safe. We're worried about CTE. But, okay. You're going to fake slide and then start running again? You deserve to get walloped in the head. You want to be a dumbass? Get walloped in the head. You want to be a little bit cheeky? Get walloped in the head. At this point, and if that sounds bad, I don't care. I really don't. Trevor Lawrence was different. He slid. That's different. Still, I don't know what Al-Shaair could have done. But at least he was just sliding. Patrick Mahomes faked a slide twice. Hell, the second one, it was two Texans players that crashed heads. And it's, unsportsmanlike. Don't hurt Angel Baby Patrick. I hate it. I hate it. It was obvious. Even Troy Aikman said it was obvious that the refereeing was biased towards the Chiefs. If Troy Aikman's saying that, you know it's bad. That man doesn't give a shit. He'll just do his job. And he even called it out. You got problems. So that's all I got to say about the Chiefs game. Washington Commanders, Detroit Lions. Points score as follows. Jahmyr Gibbs, 1-yard touchdown run, 0-7. Zane Gonzalez, 47-yard field goal, 3-7. Brian Robinson Jr., 2-yard touchdown run, 10-7. But this was after Jared Goff fumbled the ball and they drove all the way down. That really swung the game. Sam Laporta, 2-yard touchdown catch after that drive, 10-14. Terry McLaurin, 58-yard touchdown catch, 7-14. Quan Martin, pick 6, 24-14. And this is when the Commanders ran away with the game. Jamison Williams, 61-yard touchdown run for the Lions, 24-21. But at that point, you just knew Lions were not getting a stop. They were not getting a stop defensively. And there you go. Zach Ertz, 5-yard touchdown catch, 31-21. Halftime, it's 31-21. Jahmyr Gibbs, 8-yard touchdown run, 31-28. The third quarter. Fourth quarter, Brian Robinson Jr., 1-yard touchdown run, 38-28. Jeremy, it's 2-yard touchdown run, 45-28. And Jake Bates with a 28-yard field goal, 45-31. The finals 45-31, but there were 5 picks in that game. 5 interceptions. And you're telling me, if you throw 5 picks, you're not winning a game, and then your defense can't make any stops, it's on everybody. I don't blame Jared Goff, one person. I don't blame the defense by themselves. I don't blame Aaron Glenn. I don't blame Ben Johnson or Dan Campbell. I blame everybody for that loss. They all cratered under pressure. Now, you could say this, that the Lions defense was running on fumes and practice squad players. It was finally going to take. It was finally going to hit them. You're right. And the Washington Commanders were the worst team for them to face. If they faced the Rams or the Vikings, they probably wouldn't have lost this game. They played the Commanders, which they were absolutely ready to dismantle that Lions defense just like they did the Bucs defense last week. The Commanders were the perfect team to spring an upset on the Lions. At least a big upset like this. They were the perfect team to knock the Lions out the divisional round. You want to admit it? It's just true. This was the perfect team to knock the Lions out, was the Commanders, and they played like it. No defensive stops. They only punted once. Hell, the Bucs did better, arguably, against the Commanders. They did better, arguably. The Lions came up snake eyes. And then you throw 5 picks against a team who can't be stopped offensively. You really just sign your own death warrant. So, hey, the Lions did it to themselves. I hate to say it. It's true. They did it to themselves. Let's move on. The LA Rams, 22. Philadelphia Eagles, 28. Jalen Hurts, 4-yard touchdown, 44-yard touchdown rush. My bad. 0-6. Tyler Higbee, 4-yard touchdown catch, 7-6. The Rams are within, or they have the lead because Jake Elliott missed the extra point. Saquon Barkley, 62-yard touchdown run. Man, he was on fire. He broke some big runs, 7-13. Josh Carty with a 30-yard field goal, 10-13. The halftime was 10-13. Josh Carty, 34-yard field goal, 13-13. Jake Elliott, 44-yard field goal, 13-16. Jalen Hurts, sacked for a safety, 15-16. Fourth quarter, Jake Elliott, 23-yard field goal, 15-19. Jake Elliott with a 15-22, 37-yard field goal. Saquon Barkley with another big touchdown run, 78 yards, 15-28. And Colby Parkinson, 44-yard touchdown catch to make it 22-28. The Rams have the ball. One drive to win the game. Fourth down, incomplete. The final is 22-28. Philadelphia wins. I was wrong about this one. I was wrong about the Lions and Philly. I was wrong about both NFC divisional games. I was right on my prediction for both AFC divisional games. 2 for 4, 2-2 this week, 2 for 4 this week. Already give that one to you. I got the Bills game right, but we'll get there. But this is not how I expected the Philadelphia game to play out if the Rams were to win. This was exactly how Philly needed it to play out to win the game. Keep the ball on the ground. Don't let the Rams throw it all over you. Keep the ball on the ground. Push the ball forward. Get it and score points that way. Score points as to where the ball is coming forward for you. Don't let the Rams throw on you. And they didn't. And the rain, snow, winter mix all did it as to where the Rams could not play the game that they needed to play. And that's how Philly won. The game went exactly the way that Philly needed it to go to win. And it did. It's that simple. Saquon broke 2 big runs. They kept the ball on the ground for both teams. The Rams couldn't throw on him. Philly wins. I don't think they're that good of a team. I still don't think they're that good. But now that they're deep into January, maybe Jalen Hurts starts waking up. But he did get hurt this game. No pun. He did get hurt late on. But it didn't hurt the game plan because they were up. They kept the ball on the ground. Saquon broke big runs. Rams weren't throwing on him. So it's fine. Let's see if that takes effect next week in Philly against Washington. Washington, again, might be the perfect team to upset this Philly team. I'll think about it over the next week, but let me tell you, that might be the case. That might be the case. But Philly has won that game the way you expected it to. Baltimore Ravens at Buffalo Bills, 25-27, the Bills win. They survived. The first half, they were amazing. The second half, they stalled out, but they got enough points to make sure they'd win the game. But the Ravens made a run at it. They made a run at it. No pun intended. But they couldn't catch the win. So, there you go. With that being said, points were scored as follows. Rashad Bateman, 16-yard touchdown catch, 7-0, burns his way to the end zone. Ray Davis with a 1-yard touchdown run to punch it in, 7-7. Second quarter, Josh Allen, 1-yard touchdown run on the keeper, 7-14. Justin Tucker, 26-yard field goal, 10-14. Josh Allen with another keeper for a 4-yard touchdown run, 10-21. At the half, it's 10-21. The Bills do not score on their first drive. They receive the ball at the half. Justin Tucker, 47-yard field goal, 13-21. Derrick Henry with a 5-yard touchdown run, 19-21. They gash the Bills all the way to the end zone, and they choose to throw on the 2-point conversion. They don't make it. Fourth quarter, Tyler Bass with a 51-yard field goal, 19-24. Mark Andrews fumbles. The Bills get the ball back at midfield. They drive for a 21-yard field goal by Tyler Bass, 19-27. They have a 8-point lead. Almost got cut into. It did get cut into a little bit, but not completely. Isaiah Likely over the top for a 24-yard touchdown catch. Lamar, the pass rush was horrible on him. They didn't get to him. He had time to throw. He throws a floater to Isaiah Likely. He catches it in the end zone or right at it. Just punches it in, 25-27. They go for 2 because they have to go for 2 to tie the game. It was 1 minute left. They had to go for it. They throw it to Mark Andrews. He drops it as he hits the pylon. No good. 25-27. The Bills get the ball back on the onside kick. They get a first down. Baltimore takes the timeout. Buffalo kneels it twice, and the game ends 25-27. Buffalo wins. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty in the second half. Buffalo did just enough to win. They took a big lead going into the second half. They had the ball at the start of the half. They couldn't score in the middle 8. And Baltimore started coming back. They got the momentum, but things just made them drop the momentum at times. Buffalo are lucky, I would say. Buffalo are lucky that this game didn't go the way it could have. This looked like it was lining up to be another Buffalo playoff choke job, especially in the second half. Luckily, Tyler Bass got those 2 field goals. The fumble happened by Andrews. He did drop the ball on the 2-point. But even then, even if he got it, the Bills get the ball back with a minute to go. All they have is a field goal to win. All they need is a field goal to win. Now, I know what the Bills' history is with late game playoff field goals. I know what they are. It's not great. Even Tyler Bass missed one wide right. So who knows? Maybe it would have been overtime. But what I do know is that the Bills had the game in the palm of their hand anyway. No matter what, they had the game in the palm of their hand. What was supposed to happen? Exactly. Like, they had the game in the palm of their hand. It was win or lose, but you control it. They get a 2-point fine. You drive for a field goal, you win the game that way if it goes in. If you miss overtime, then this changes. But I think the Bills stalled out way too heavily in the second half. This is true. If they play like that, Bills team against the Chiefs, they're getting scalped. No pun intended. If they play like the first half Bills team or most of the regular season Bills team, they could win. I still think they can win. It's going to be a close game in Kansas City, but if they play like the second half, they're done. They're screwed. They have to play like the first half for most of their regular season. Was it a bad omen? Was it a bad moment? Who's to say? What I will say, the Bills got it done. At least I have a face team to root for. I hope they make the Super Bowl. And whoever they play, I'm going for Buffalo if that happens. If Kansas City makes a Super Bowl, I'm going for whoever comes out of the NFC. I'd prefer it to be Washington at this point, but it could. But we'll see. With that being said, there you go. Divisional weekend recap. Under 20 minutes. I can't believe I did that. With that being said, I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along of Notre Dame versus Ohio State national title game and review of that. The live stream will double as my birthday show because tomorrow's my birthday. Only a couple of hours. Love to see it. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Ron and I'm out. Peace. See ya.